Hey everyone. Happy E3. Welcome to my Silent Hill stream. Before we get a little too crazy here, I'm just going to wait till everyone gets in. Oh, here we go. That's my jam. It's been my jam since I was in the 4th grade. Can't get enough. I'm going to let it play till people come in here. Bow, 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 bow. Can't wait to be checking maps and running around in the fog. Didn't want to wait. I still think this cutscene holds up, or this, what do they call that? The attract mode. I like that all the cutscenes, for the most part, aren't in the game. It's just kind of a visual overview of what's to come. This little scene's a prelude. What happened? What happened? What happened? What happened? What happened? Why am I not getting stereo? I'm getting mono sound. There we go. Ooh. Alright, so guys, I've got I got my headphones plugged into my monitor for a change, so I can hear the audio and you won't hear any echoes in the background. And it took me about 2 years to figure that out. Man, this is my, I don't know if I want to call it my favorite PlayStation game. Yeah, I mean, it's my favorite horror game for sure. I like 3 a lot. As you can see behind my shoulder, I wish there's not as much fan art or posters out there with the original Silent Hill. Like when you Google search Silent Hill, all you get is the movie. Like that comes up first, and it's always the Pyramid Head carrying around the dead body. That's a shame. This game has some excellent 3D renders, though, and great attention to detail in some of the texture work. And for the most part, everything is 3D rendered. It didn't have any pre-rendered backgrounds like Resident Evil or Parasite Eve, but that's not a bad thing. They did the best with what they had, and I think this is 1999. So almost a turn of the century game. We're not going to let the intro play. Okay, so let me fiddle around with the settings. I'm playing this on my PS3. This is my PSN copy. I do have this on the disc. It was never released on any other platform, unless you count like PSP or Vita. Let's check my brightness. I think a 4 would be fine. Get all my moves down. I always use type 1, that's what I know. Aiming with R2, that's good. Light, run. Yeah, basic stuff. You can strafe left and right. I've never done it. I typically avoid fights when I can in this game. Vibration, I like to turn that off. I don't think it's helpful. Auto load, when I hit start, it goes there. It's really useless. If I hit R2, press or switch, which means it'll like lock it in position. I like press. Makes me more active. Blood color normal. We can go green since we've got some Germans in the stream probably. So they don't censor the stream. Now we'll go with normal. View control. Normal. Normal. Auto aiming on because the aiming sucks otherwise. Okay. Very good. This will make it auto run when I move the analog stick, but once again, I like to feel invested in the game, so I don't really mess with it too much. Hey, look, it looks like all the tweets went out. Bucci's in here. You had a loose disc of this game. Rest in peace. I got a demo of this game, I believe, from Pizza Hut. I want to say Pizza Hut. I got it from somewhere. And you got up to Midwich Elementary, and then they would block off certain staircases, and the demo would end when you got one of the keys, I believe. Yes, this is DualShock compatible, I think, because it has the vibration mode. So it was at $19.99, and that's just when DualShock came out in Japan. I believe the big game for DualShock was Legend of Dragoon. I want to say that. No, Ape Escape was. Ape Escape was the biggest DualShock. You had to have DualShock to play it. Okay. I don't know. Should I bug out and play easy, so I don't embarrass myself, or normal? We'll play easy for this stream. Like, this is not a serious stream, not a speedrun stream, just fun, time with friends. I can give you background on basically anything in this game. It's one of my favorite games of all time. That's Harry Mason. He's our protagonist. He's a writer, and you don't really get to see any of the examples of his writing ability until Silent Hill 3, where you find a notepad with all of his writing on it, where he leaves notes about his time in Silent Hill and talking about the old gods and stuff. It's actually kind of cool. He leaves a note for Heather. I really like this intro to the world. This I think out of any horror game I've ever played, like, I immediately wanted to know everything I could about it from the first time I played it. Like, I was scared out of my mind when I played it when I was in 4th grade, but I immediately wanted to press forward and press on to see what it was all about. So this, in the intro part of the game, you can't be attacked by enemies. There's no enemies around until after you pick up the radio. So this first part of the game is just kind of like a relaxing walk through town. You're just trying to get your bearings for everything. By the way, yes, it is DualShock compatible. You can use your analog sticks. Does he have a quick 180? You can sweep the camera around. You can hop back, strafe left and right. I never use this strafe, though. This is his Jeep Wrangler. I always wanted to buy a Jeep just because of Silent Hill, and that's like a very bad reason to, because it completely slides off the rails. It looks like it has no turning control, but because of this game, I wanted it. And the FMV, his Jeep is brown, but I guess in the 3D render, it's red for some reason. I don't know why. Yeah, you can't leave the town because for some reason there's boulders in front of it. Harry doesn't just question that, like why it would be blocked off, but they tried to expand on the reasons why, like, it was closed off in the movie. They said it's based on Centralia and it was quarantined off, but the only thing that prevented you from going to Silent Hill in the movie was this, like, chain link fence that they just drive right on through. Seems like a big insurance liability if you're the property manager of Centralia, but that was the original name of the Silent Hill movie. It was going to be called Silent Hill Centralia, but they just completely cut the Centralia subtitle and went with Silent Hill. So yeah, the reason why I'm streaming this today is because E3, the only conference today, was EA, and it sucked. It was so boring. I guess I'm just not interested. There was one cool game, and it was made by the Brothers creators. Brothers, Tale of Two Sons. And it's kind of like a prison break game where you're two friends. Like it's a co-op game where you got to get out of jail and go on the run to meet your family and stuff like that. So, because I went in the convenience store, it pushed me all the way on autopilot to where I'm supposed to go to see that glimpse of Cheryl. Is that Cheryl? I love Harry's voice actor. I wish I knew his name. I think they used a couple of clips of his voice in Silent Hill 3. I know they reused some samples of Cheryl for sure, and that cutscene where she's tied to a chair is in Silent Hill 3. I just love all the texture work. I like everything looks unique. And for like a 3D rendered game, they went out of their way to make everything look like a real town. I mean, vehicles abandoned all over the place. And they just don't throw the monsters in your face. Like, you know, they build up to it. Where's Sean Bean? You know, I think Sean Bean was supposed to be Harry. Like, Christopher Gans, or Christoph Gans, the director, was originally going to go with Sean Bean as Harry. But then he thought a female protagonist would be more empathetic. And Felicia Rashad or something? Something Rashad. She did a great job. You know, they did mess with the source material a little bit, but it wasn't a terrible movie. Public storage area. They got a public storage area like this in Silent Hill 2. Bunch of patient demons crawling out of it. Over here, the beware of dog sign. So ominous. And there's the dog. This is one of my favorite camera angles in the entire games. It goes completely overhead. And it's just impossible camera angles, basically. Like a panoramic sweep. And they did manage to replicate this in the film. If I ever get the time, I will do like a comparison between the Silent Hill game and the film. Like, I want to do an in-depth retrospective on this game one day. I just need the support behind it and the time. I saw it in theaters. I think it came out my senior year of high school. And I liked it. I mean, I wasn't expecting it to be a one-to-one adaptation. I always keep my expectations in check before I go see a video game adaptation. I love the dynamic lighting here. The lighter, I think this is the only time it's really used in the game. It's quickly replaced by the flashlight. The broken wheelchair, a running motif throughout all the games. You even fight wheelchairs in Silent Hill 4. What's this? Immediately, like, Harry doesn't run from any of this. The dead dog corpse, all the blood. He is that determined to find Cheryl. This music here reminds me of, like, something Trent Reznor would compose. With all these, like, dark metallic sounds. Hello from Brazil.
What is
What's this doing here? I found out that there's another way to handle this situation. I think you can run past these guys, but you just get overwhelmed pretty easily. Oh, there's no place to go. I know these guys were edited in the European version. They made them into like little brown mole men, or I think they just reused the mole men. You can't hear the music on the stream, not well. I can turn that up. That's Cybil Bennett. She's modeled after Cameron Diaz. And it's quite obvious in her face.
Was I dreaming?
I don't know why I still have the chat on there. I'm sorry.
Oh, like I've been run over by a truck. But I'm all right, I guess.
Glad to hear it.
This is one of my favorite songs in the game.
You from around here?
It's very airy with a lot of reverb and pitch bending.
Wait a second, I'm just a tourist.
And it's got that little Parasite Eve 2 bass line.
I don't know what happened. I'd like to find out myself. Have you seen a little girl? Just turned 7 last month. Short, black hair. My daughter.
Sorry. The only person I've seen in this town is you.
Where is everybody?
King Fossil, I like the Silver Cases soundtrack.
Believe me.
The remix one.
But from what I can tell, something bizarre is going on. That's all I know. What's your name?
Harry Mason.
Cybil Bennett. I'm a police officer from Brams, the next town over.
Speaking of Brams, there was supposed to be... Silent Hill, the arcade game, was supposed to take place in Brams. And it was about these detectives trying to figure out, like, the curse of Silent Hill was, like, leaking over into Brams. And they were going to try and figure it out. And it also had, like, this weird psychology mechanic in it, kind of like Silent Hill Shared Memories. Way more ambitious than any other arcade game. Never came to be, though.
In that case,
well, not in that form, at least.
Cheryl's my little girl. I can't just leave her out there by herself.
Have you got a gun?
No.
Take this, and hope you don't have to use it.
I like how Cybil went from accusing Harry Mason to have something to do with what's going on in Silent Hill, and then she's just like, okay, I trust you, here's a gun.
Unless you have to. And don't go blasting me by mistake. Got it?
She didn't even deputize Harry. She's just like, take a gun. No permit necessary.
You just have to stay nearby. I'll be back with help as quick as I can.
I love this game. I think the diner's like such a cool starting point here because they load you up with everything. So you got your health drink, your pocket flashlight, and your map that I will be referring to a lot because for the most part I remember where things are at, but I'm not 100%. Oh, that camera angle by there, by the way, you can see the first monster, the little pterodactyl guys. I know they have an official name, but I always call them pterodactyls. Unlike Resident Evil, the amount of saves doesn't matter. You can save as many times as you want. Doesn't affect your ranking or the ending. I don't want to grab the radio just yet. Here's the kitchen knife. I never use it. After you get the iron pipe, there's really no reason to use it. Okay, so I think is it select? Select is our menu. Okay. Hard to use, but it's better than nothing. The only thing I don't like about this game are the pterodactyls, really. The flying enemies in general. They're kind of like the cliff racers from Morrowind of Silent Hill. So the moment I exit, the radio's going to go off, then he's going to check it. And then the Resident Evil homage happens.
What's that? Huh. Radio.
What's going on with that radio? No, thank you. Yeah, it forces you to fight the monster, so I guess I'll just switch over and use a handgun. I typically just run from everything. Give him a good old kick.
This is not a dream. What's happening to this place?
They look so weird. I think most of the demons here, like, everyone just circle jerks about Silent Hill 2 and all the demons being some sort of mental projection of James's subconscious and representing such and such and such. Here in Silent Hill 1, all the demons are based around demonology. They really don't... Like, I'm sure somebody has retroactively tried to say that, oh yeah, that pterodactyl is part of Harry's lost wife or something. It's just him coping with the loss of his wife. It just... I don't think they started that until Silent Hill 2. And I think Silent Hill 3 kind of dropped that whole thing. Yet people kind of came in there and said, oh, like this was like one of the justifications I heard in Silent Hill 3. Like, one of the first bosses you fight in Silent Hill 3 is this giant split head worm at the bottom of the mall. And then somebody, like, pretentiously came out and said, like, oh, that worm is actually representative of a penis and how Cheryl's afraid of penises. And I just stopped and I was like, I gotta close out of this video. I'm gonna be mad for the rest of the day if I listen to this shit anymore. And the Silent Hill community is like, I don't know. I think they basically killed their own franchise by being as abrasive as they were towards the Western titles and not giving really any of them a chance. I think it's divisive though. Like, some of them did, some of them were cool with Shared Memories and even Homecoming, and then others were just like, no, I can't have any of this. And then shat on Tom Hewlett and everything at every opportunity. So now we get nothing. A big bowl of nothing. I'm sure there's things in Silent Hill 3 that imply pregnancy. Obviously, her taking the glottis at the very end and her being pregnant with the rebirth of Samael. Yeah, that's all in there. But I don't think all the monsters in that game are manifestations of Heather's subconscious. Like, perhaps you could write it off as saying it's not Heather's subconscious, it's Alessa's, you know. I think Silent Hill 3's monster designs were more in line with Silent Hill 1's. He just came into my playing field. He didn't know what to do after he flew into that awning, so I just poked him a bunch, and that takes care of that. Okay, I'm in the red zone. We're gonna use one. What I like to do at the beginning is like go down every dead end. Like I'm not gonna completely go after Cheryl. I like to go out of my way to find all the ammo and stuff. After you beat the game, you can turn on an ammo multiplier and just get a fuck ton of ammunition and take care of all of them. If I had enough ammo, I'd probably just shoot them out of the sky just because they're that annoying. But it is what it is. Let's see if I can find another staircase. Well, yeah, Silent Hill 3 did go back to the cult plot, and I liked the cult story a lot better than Silent Hill 2, and Silent Hill 4 did try to delve deeper into the Order and the orphanage, and I thought it was really good. I know a lot of people don't like Silent Hill 4, but I enjoyed the storyline, and I liked the possessions of the apartment. I think Henry was probably the worst protagonist in the series because he was just a blank slate, but I mean, it like didn't ruin my experience or anything. All right, so this convenience store in New Game Plus, if you come here, you can get the UFO gem if you want to go for that ending. And then you can get the Hyper Blaster, which just makes the game a cakewalk. I'm about to poke this guy to death. You know, the knife is actually kind of good. It's fun to use. It's very fast. In Silent Hill Homecoming, I always use the knife throughout most of the game because it's super fast and you can stun lock enemies and dodge past them until you get like the laser gun or whatever through like playthrough number 3. Ah, screw the dogs. Oh, Silent Hill Origins. You know, I never messed around too much with all the different weapons, and I think I just played through once and just survived with all the amounts of items you can carry at one time. I think instead of like making a ton of breakable weapons available, they should have just stuck with like a core set of weapons. But I guess they wanted to add some more survival elements to it. I don't think Origins is too bad. It's actually kind of a good looking game. It's very impressive for the PSP. Once again, like, Travis isn't the most interesting character in the world, but it's a serviceable game. No thanks. No thanks. In Silent Hill Origins, though, the funniest part is you can get Travis to like chug a bunch of energy drinks and then he like speed walks throughout the game. It's kind of fun. I love that camera angle. It's very disorienting. It's like something you never see in an old Resident Evil game. Well, I guess there were overhead camera angles, but not a dynamic overhead, just fixed ones. to school.
Isn't the Cheryl sketchbook? She's at the school.
He's not concerned at all that it's written in blood. Harry Mason, the most aloof protagonist in the world. He just rolls with it. I love it. I like this, like, terrifying drawing of Harry. This picture is me with the eyes bugging out, bald head, albino. For her 5th birthday. Here's my most used weapon in the game. I use a steel pipe. I love the steel pipe. It's got range. It looks bigger than 3 foot long. You can strafe with it. And if you, I think if you like tap like that, he does a wider strike. Super useful. And it's all rusty, which is indicative of Silent Hill. It's like a signature weapon. They got a little pipe crazy in Silent Hill 3. There's 3 different pipes you can collect. There's the regular one, which is like stuck in a running car, and then like you can drop it and get the gold and silver pipes, which are just for fun. No thanks. Now, if I remember, this is where I have to get the Wizard of Oz keys. Doghouse, Levin Street. Yeah, we're gonna go down Levin. Yeah, if it's one thing, like, the Silent Hill 1 did get a remake, but the only remake was Shared Memories, and I love that game, but it's obviously not a true follow-up to Silent Hill, the original. There's no combat in there except for throwing around flares. But I thought it was decent. I reviewed it on my channel, so you can see my full thoughts about that. But I think you got a bad rap. It fell into those, oh no, it's a Western game. Doghouse, Levin Street. I love these abyss roads, like, that just lead into a pit of nothingness. There's a really good shot in the Silent Hill movie that captures that whenever Felicia Rashad's talking to Dalia Gillespie. She's all in, like, homeless hermit mode with these long-ass fingernails. I thought that was a good shot, Christopher Gans. I'm not gonna dog on his movie. It's not the worst thing in the world. I think there's one inside of a police car. There's one that's like off this tiny little bridge in a mailbox. And then oh, health drink. There we go. I wish that Konami would hand this game over to like Blue Point or something and just up-res the textures. You really don't have to change too much about the game, just... I'm about to get hit on that freeze frame. Yeah, just up-res the texture work and see if there's any original assets left over. Because I know Team Silence disbanded. And we'll just never get a real follow-up ever again, and that's very sad. Is that a city bus down there? It looks like one. Yeah, Blue Point always makes great remasters. I like the Sly Cooper remaster they did and Ico Shadow of the Colossus. But I do have one gripe with Shadow of the Colossus. The third Colossi, like when the game isn't supposed to work in 60 frames per second, like they did account for like the lag in the original PS2 version. So when you try and fight the third Colossus, especially in time attack mode, like you can barely hang on to his head. Like you have to get extremely lucky that he won't shake you off. It took me like 30 tries or something like that to make the best time in time attack. I don't know if they ever patched that, but I was very frustrated that afternoon I tried. So I got the first key, the second one's inside a police car. And I think most all of them are located at the edge of the road. Except for the doghouse key, which is in front of the place I need to go. There's a meme about that, like, I don't see any dogs here, but there's like one of those demon dogs out there. I don't think they call them Cerberus in this like they do in Resident Evil. Hairless dogs. That pipe is no joke. Oh, okay. He's gone. I usually save all my handgun bullets for the school just so I can clear out all those demon children. Because they're annoying. And there's some backtracking you have to do in the school. Also, if I just get annoyed with pterodactyls, I'll take them out. So now I gotta go back to 11th Street. Night Dive remastered some games? What games did they remaster? One of my favorite bands growing up in high school was Portishead, and I heard that there's actual Portishead, there's Portishead posters. They're really pixelated, but they're inside the game. Okay. Key of the Woodman. A dog said, "Goodbye, doggy." I think the first time I saw that, I was like in the 5th grade, and I got sick to my stomach because like I had never seen like that gruesome of imagery, and like I had to walk away from the game for a little bit because I love dogs. I grew up with 2 dogs, and like I just couldn't imagine somebody doing that, like slam dunking a dog's head. Oh my god. Like Shaq coming in Silent Hill like a demon Shaq, just completely dunking it through. Did the dog swallow the key before it was dunked? Or did somebody just drop it right there? Okay, so I need to up and to the left. Go all the way down. They're remaking System Shock 1. That's good. I've only played System Shock 2. So I can't tell you anything about that. But I do like System Shock 2. I am one of those casual fans that prefers BioShock, though. I just, I'm not a huge fan of inventory management in first-person shooters. And I think BioShock streamlined that pretty well. I'm just not a big fan of inventory management with a mouse and keyboard, or like not huge into RTSs and things of that nature. If I can't do it on a controller, then usually I kind of tap out. I'm like, eh. Console plebe, born and raised. Alright, let's get the house key. I'll take care of this doggy. Oh, missed. It's because, like, the camera angle, the camera sweeps at that one weird angle. And a kick. You gotta kick until the radio static goes away, but I know there's one, like, nearby. What a great place for a house key. This house belongs to a weeaboo. Inside this room is this guy's, like, shrine to Japan. He's got a katana over there. You can't go in there until you get the key in your, like, second playthrough. But I love the katana. You can kind of speed run with the katana because, like, Harry, like, moves forward when he swings it. I do like the design of this house, though. Makes you feel like somebody actually lived here at one time. In Resident Evil, you didn't get to explore, like, too many homes in the series in Raccoon City, except for, like, obviously the mansion and a few places in Resident Evil Outbreak. I think Resident Evil Survivor had the most homes you could explore. Okay, so keys for the Eclipse. Yeah, Yato uses them. That's what I like about Silent Hill. They streamline a lot of it, so if you've got the keys, it just plugs them in where they need to go. Alright, so shit's about to get dark. Let's see how I'm doing on health. Oh, I'm in the caution zone. Okay, we're good. I got 200 bullets, so I'm going to go ahead and kill everything in sight if it's annoying to me. Hope you don't mind. It's getting dark again. What's going on? I love the lighting in this game. I don't know what they did on the PlayStation 1 to make it look so good, but it just adds to the atmosphere. Like, many people are terrified by Silent Hill, but it feels like home to me. It really does. It takes me back to a simpler time. But it's got point lighting, too, so you can see, like, the light source is on Harry's chest, and you can see the light trails and the little circles that kind of come off of it. It's really neat. They pushed the PlayStation 1 to its absolute limits. And I feel the same way about the PlayStation 2 versions, like the Silent Hill 2, 3, and 4. All look great to this day. I hate the trope, though, that everyone thinks Silent Hill's all about Rust. It's really not. It's only in the other world sections. I mean, it's also a spooky town. I like when shit got icy in Silent Hill Shattered Memories. I think I like that game so much because, like, Silent Hill Shattered Memories reminded me a lot of Shenmue. And how you could just pick up and interact with objects even if they didn't matter. Like, if they weren't part of a puzzle, they were just there to mess with. And it had a lot of great physics puzzles, too. I give you a kick. Yeah, my biggest wish, though, is that Konami would license out their IPs. Like, they kind of did that with Silent Hill. Like, they licensed them out to other developers, like Climax. I wish they would continue to do that, though. Like, find another Japanese company that would be willing to take it over and give it a shot. Like, I never get mad when another company tries something. If it doesn't turn out the best, it's like, well, there's always the old ones. I don't think it damages the brand in any way. I think we live in a society where there's more exposure about the original Silent Hills than there ever has been before. More people in the world know now about Silent Hill than they did back in 1999. I mean, Silent Hill was kind of niche in North America up until about 2, I think. And then it kind of tapered off near 4. But the movie, like, even though the movie is mainstream and it kind of misses the point of the original Silent Hill, it did bring in a new audience. So you got to give it credit there. And, like, where Silent Hills was going was, like, a pretty interesting direction. And I think Silent Hills did influence Resident Evil 7 a lot. And I do like Resident Evil 7. So it's kind of like we got it, but not really. I'm just kind of exploring around, guys. I'm not going to run to Midwich automatically. I just kind of want to look for extra items, even though I'm not going to need them. Scenic tour of Silent Hill. With your boy Hikiko. I wish Konami would still put on press conferences. That 2011 or 2010 press conference was the greatest conference of all time. It was the room of press conferences. So bad it's good. Lives on in my heart, though. He just did a drive-by. I give you a kick. I went out and I bought 99 Nights and 99 Nights 2 just because of Tak Fuji. I would have never played those games if it wasn't for Tak Fuji and his Extreme conference. Extreme. And I feel the same way about Never Dead. Like, after I saw Tak Fuji stuff, like, I went back and watched that whole conference, and there was just all sorts of weird shit going down. Like, it wasn't just Tak Fuji. It was Never Dead. It was Silent Hill Downpours. Weird-ass staring contest. It was Dance Masters. Every single thing in that conference was weird as shit. And I loved it. I think now, though, like, companies just think funny is, like, rehashing old memes and stuff. Like, Reggie has to continually say, "My body is ready for eternity." He is doomed to be associated with that stupid little line. As much as I dog on E3, I still watch every year, for better or worse. I've been with it when it's been at its lowest point, like back when the Wii was, I think, 2006 when Wii Music was announced? That was definitely the lowest point of E3. And then it had like another low point, at least for Microsoft, when Don Matrick was running things. But Sony's been consistently impressive in one way or another, so I'll be going to, in my town, there's like a screening of Sony's E3 press conference in the theaters, so I'll be doing that. I go every year, and that was a pain in the ass to get tickets for, let me tell you. Did I just end up at Levin Street again? I did. Okay, I'm going to head to Midwich. I thought that camera angle looked familiar. Alright, so let's check our maps. I need to... Oh, I just need to go down the block. Okay. Let me read the chat here. It's really cringy. Can't watch all the way through. Need more Yakuza badasses like the current Nintendo president. Yeah, I don't know. Kimishima is his name? I've never seen him give an interview. I've never seen him show up during a direct. I don't think he gives a fuck or wants to be associated with the whole Bill Trinan and Reggie meme fest, but I don't mind it. Like, you know, I kind of laugh. I do laugh. I think Nintendo's at least embraced their memes in a way that it works for them, but I don't know. I don't think EA knows what's going on. Ubisoft just doesn't have a clue. Sony's at least looks semi-professional out of everyone else's. Microsoft, like, always has, like, some weird-ass gimmick that just never pans out. Like, no one's gonna talk about the Kinect this year. Oh, wait, I forgot to go in the school bus. And I can't go back there. Oh, well. That's one of my favorite designs in this game, is, like, how fucked up that school bus looks. Such a weird image to see. Now, if you guys didn't know, they based Midwich Elementary on the elementary school from Kindergarten Cop. And there's some posters and stuff actually... I don't know how they did it, but somehow they took stills from the VHS copy of Kindergarten Cop or the Laserdisc version, and they just pasted them in here. I don't know why, but I'm glad it's there. I'll show you some examples when I get to them. Alrighty. Yeah, I think this Silent Hill Hospital thing, like, that was based on something from Kindergarten Cop. Or at least there was something similar to it. There's one with a dog. When I see the dog, that's the one. I mean, this isn't the other world, but Midwich looks like it's covered in mildew. I love how understated the music is in this game. Like, it's just like a few notes, and it's just like very low bass hums. Oh god, so this is, I think that's the clue for the medallions you need. There's like a piano puzzle. Yeah. So you gotta get this acid to drop on this hand to get this medallion. There's 2 of them you need to get. Alchemy. Yeah, the gold in the old man's palm. I believe on, over here, there's like a list of teachers. All of these teachers here, they're members of the band Sonic Youth. And if you haven't heard Sonic Youth, they're a fucking amazing alt-rock band. Just like I forgot to mention in the map, I don't think I can show the outside world, but all the streets are named after famous horror authors and Stephen King pen names. That's a motif that's carried on throughout all the Silent Hills. This picture of the door, I don't know why it's in Midwich, but it's some disturbing artwork to have in an elementary school. But they actually, when you get to the other world, they did render that, so that's a still of this door you get to go through, and it's one of my favorite images in this game. I also like how Lakeside is designed. They outshine themselves in Silent Hill 3. Like, Lakeside is crazy good looking in that. I love the soundtrack so much. I think this leads out into the courtyard. You can actually see, because they rendered it, so here you can see through the bars where the lobby is, and your light actually has an effect on that wall. And then out here is the courtyard. This is where you encounter the children. I think they have a name, but they scared the shit out of me. I mean, like, they're pretty creepy today. Like, I'm not as scared anymore, but they're so creepy that they had to censor them in Germany. So they're like little mole men in Germany, which is like another enemy in later on in the game. I think when you get to the sewers, there's some mole men. Here's the courtyard. There's a little tower around here somewhere. There it is. So you place in the 2 medallions, which is kind of an odd coincidence because you do that in Resident Evil as well, but you have to do it in a courtyard in Resident Evil 1 to get to the secret base. Umbrella's secret base. I always thought all the noises the children made were disturbing because they sound like sex sounds, which is an odd thing to hear in an elementary school, let alone coming from like naked children holding knives. And the way they kind of like in Resident Evil 2, like when you kill a zombie, they kind of like pop up and down. So like even though they're dead, they just twitch a little bit. This one, like, they struggle in agony until you kick them. Another cool feature, though, too, is, like, sometimes you can walk through blood and leave footprints. I don't know what determines that, but it happens every once in a while. That's especially true in Silent Hill 2, though. That game's all about the gross footprints. This here is one of the ghosts. They don't really do anything, but they're just there to be creepy. Some could speculate they're the ghosts of the children that inhabited Midwich. I really can't tell you what happened to all the citizens of Silent Hill. Like, there's multiple theories about, like, actually Silent Hill is a functioning town, and Harry was, like, thrown through a portal into, like, a dark realm. And so he, like, it's like an alternate dimension. And so, like, there's, like, echoes from the people that are inhabiting it, but I don't know. You think that an entire town of missing people or that's quarantined in some way or cut off from the outside world would just be hit in the news, like, it'd be a big-ass story like 9/11, or somebody would at least fly a helicopter over it. Okay, so here's what I'm talking about with Kindergarten Cop. You see that little bulldog there? That's an actual poster. Like, these are posters from Kindergarten Cop. How Silent Hill is connected to Kindergarten Cop. They take place in the same universe. And that's my game theory. Pop, pop, pop. And a kick. In one of these stalls, you can hear somebody crying. Some people say it's Alessa's ghost crying. As I said, I've heard every fan theory in the book here. I always thought they went a really dark route with the Silent Hill movie because they implied... I wouldn't say they implied. It's pretty much explicit in the movie that the janitor raped Cheryl, or Alyssa, I should say, at the school. And then, like, the fucking creepy-ass janitor demon that's, like, tied up in barbed wire comes out, and he's all like... That one, that was pretty fucked up. But I think it was a good original contribution. So they weren't completely, like, doing a one-to-one adaptation. I don't think you could do a one-to-one adaptation of the original Silent Hill. I don't think you could, like, provide that complete isolation feeling that this game does. And just, like, getting lost in exploration and that sort of thing. Like, they would definitely... Nowadays, they would try and rush through it and make it an action movie, and I don't think it would work. All these people say, like, you know, the movie is shit. Like, I'm not going to argue the second one isn't shit. The second one is a total garbage fire. But the first one's pretty good. And, like, I don't think I could pick a perfect director. Like, you know, I wouldn't just say David Lynch automatically. Or, let's see, who else? I don't think I could pick one director that would be perfect for a Silent Hill movie. I don't think I could do it justice, for sure. I think if they made it like a Silent Hill short film, like they just took a segment from Silent Hill and just made the short film as best they could to kind of recapture something, then yeah, that would be pretty cool. But an entire feature length, I just don't see it happening. There it is. I've got so much ammo, it's not even fair. And, potions, too, or health drinks. Always wondered what the health drinks tasted like in this game. If he was just, like, chugging V8, or what. Or if he's just taking some lean, getting that codeine, that scissor. Just to numb it all. Just kind of like Max Payne. Max Payne just chugs painkillers. Just a bunch of pills. Makes it through it. Just brushes off all the bullets. Alright, so I gotta go to the lab and get the acid, I think. The chemical. Yeah, and then some enemies spawn here. Here we go. We're gonna go melt a hand here. Statue of an old man's hand. Here's the thing, though. I don't think it's a statue. I always thought this was like somebody's fleshy hand, because I'm assuming you're using hydrochloric acid to melt through it. Yeah, it's hydrochloric acid. Like, how many times have you seen Hydrochloric acid melt a stone. Here come the smoke. Gold medallion. Nothing to worry about. It kind of looks like, I don't know, I can't really get a good angle on there, but it kind of looks like there's some bones sticking out of it now. I always thought that was cool. People say it, like I've seen speedrunners play this game and they always run through the game with their flashlight off so they can avoid encounters, but I mean, if you're speedrunning, just leave it on. I'm sure it makes navigation that much easier, and I don't think it affects the frame rate in any meaningful way. A lot of the Silent Hill speedrunning is just complete darkness, and no, they don't even look at the maps, of course. This high school doesn't look very American outside of the American flag on there. The American schools I've been to, at least, don't have doors that connect to other classrooms. Like, they have, like, just one giant room with dividing walls and stuff. Wolf. Zoo. This is an elementary school, though, so who knows? And a kick. No? Is there just one down? Oh, it's a ghost. Alright, let me see what I gotta do here, because I got one of the medallions. I gotta go to the music room. We're gonna play the piano. A friend in need. That looks like Che Guevara. I don't like. Is he your friend in need? Oh my god. Okay, this is one of my favorite jump scares in all of Silent Hill games. They actually do a callback to this in Silent Hill 3, and that made me smile when I saw it. Just a cat. It opens the door that had a handle, and then it gets murdered, which is sad. Nothing inside but rust. That makes me sad. Poor cat. And then if you check it in the other world, it's just covered in blood for some reason. Spence is a dork. Somebody spoiled Silent Hill 2 for you, and you never had motivation to try it. I'd say don't let that bother you or stop you. Silent Hill 2 is kind of predictable as is, so like I mean, it's a good game overall. There's a lot of, like, just consider it visiting a museum of really cool, gruesome shit, and you'll have a good time. So this is the piano puzzle. Raven flies in, flying higher than the dove. Oh yeah, this... I'd have to write this puzzle down to solve it, so let me just look up an FAQ. I think I have to unlock the piano first. I unlock the piano. I think that's by visiting the courtyard and dropping that medallion in, so we'll go do that. Yeah, I played through Silent Hill 2 about 10 times in my life, maybe more. When I was in middle school, Silent Hill 2 came out, and I saved and I saved and I saved, and I got a PlayStation 2, which was $300, and that took me a long time to save for. And I couldn't afford to buy Silent Hill 2, but I rented it, and I couldn't afford a memory card, so I had to play through the entire game multiple times with no save points, which is not an easy feat your first time through. But yeah, it's not my favorite in the series, but I do have fond memories with it, and I do enjoy it. Like when I revisited the game recently. Golden Sun. Okay, I think that unlocked the piano. Okay, let's go on up. Silent Hill 1's your favorite? I love this game. I think this was the scariest for a long time for me. It left a lot to the imagination, and I don't know. I guess I like Harry as a protagonist, even though he's kind of, as I said, he's a very strange character. He's aloof for most of it, and he doesn't get too passionate. Like, there's only a couple of times in the game where he actually yells. I think if I had to pick, maybe Heather is my favorite out of the protagonists. And now that I think of it, I do like Harry from Shattered Memories. I think he was very well done for what that game ended up becoming. But pretty much, like, Henry's completely forgettable. Travis is forgettable. Alex is, like, I remember him, but once again, like, he's just got nothing to contribute on his own. And Murphy, I've got really nothing to say about Murphy. The broken keys, the silver medallion, you have to follow the poem to figure out the puzzle. They should be entered at 1-4. Okay. Check the piano. So I gotta find the broken keys. So it's not that one. So that's the first one. And then... Okay, so we'll go 1, 2... Okay. 3. Okay. So we'll go 1... and 3... 4... Okay. So it'll be 4, 5. Okay. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, I think I gotta start that over though. So maybe it goes 2. 2. Okay, so that'll be 3. I'm trying to remember. This is, like, honestly the hardest puzzle in the game. Everything else is a cakewalk. Deciphering that puzzle. I remember, like, being younger and going to the library trying to figure that out. 5. 4, 1. I'm gonna look this up. Silent Hill piano puzzle. It's been a long time since I've done this. Oh! Duh. Okay. It goes pelican, or pelican, dove, raven, swan, and crow, because of course you associate keys with birds. That's the only puzzle I'm going to look up. Oh, yeah, the bus outside the school. And the other one. Well, I guess I never noticed the lag because I grew up playing this game, so it was just like, I was just impressed that something like this existed in the first place. But, I mean, for its time, it was very impressive. Okay. That's the only puzzle I'm going to look up. I pretty much got everything else down. I've never had any good success with playing the original Silent Hill on an emulator that didn't have, like, some graphical issue, like white boxes surrounding Harry's body or some weird texture glitch, but I'm sure that somebody out there's got a good fix for it, but I'm just playing on my PS3 right now. Okay, going to the courtyard. I love this little spot here. How it's like a warp point to the other world. Stopped at 5 o'clock. Oh, never mind. This is where I have to go to the basement. To the basement we go. I don't think Harry ever gets tired in easy mode. Like, you can hear him breathe, but he'll still be able to run. That's broken. Hit the button. Hey, Francisco, you don't have to use all those exclamation points. I can turn it up if you'd like. But I don't give in to demanding little shits like you. So you can go fuck off. I mean that in the nicest way possible. Okay, so I'll turn it up for you. There's not a lot of sounds going on in the first place. It's just kind of low hums. I'm not gonna ban him, I just teased him a little bit. It's no big deal, he can hang out if he wants to. I just thought a please was in order. I love this little spot. It's like, why would there be such a underground tunnel? I think this is one of my favorite transitions, though, out of all the Silent Hill games. Just like going in one side of the tower and then coming out the other, and it's just like a mirror world. That's what I thought it was at first, but it's not. Onimusha E3 hype? Well, yeah, I hope so. That's like one of my dreams, to see Capcom resurrect that, but that was one of Keiji Inafune's franchises, so who knows.
I don't remember this being here before.
The Mark of Samael. Then Dino Crisis. I think Dino Crisis is officially a dead franchise. And we have Dino Crisis 3 to thank for that. I love Dino Crisis 2. Definitely the best in the series. One of the best action games on the PlayStation, for sure. Now, if I remember, I gotta take this rubber ball up to the roof to plug a drain to get a key. Oh, these cockroaches. I forgot about these guys. They have green blood. I'll be coming back to that later. What up, guys? I want to give a shout out to everyone in here so far. So we got Narkill, big CKY fan in here. VGM Dude, Rez, Francisco Javier Tellez Torres, King Fossil, Bucci, Ricardo, and Captain Psychopath was in here, and Gabriel Salez. Gotta say, I've got a lot of viewers from Argentina, some from Brazil, some from Mexico. I would like to say gracias. Thank you for being here. You're on the clock, VGM, dude. You're getting paid to watch my stream? Sweet, at least somebody is. Cards are scattered. A poker game gone wrong. I think the creepiest design in this game are the zombie nurses and the zombie doctors. I know they always like have nurses in Silent Hill, but these ones have these giant parasites on them that like make you think that they're just normal people being controlled by it. And then, of course, Cybil later on gets controlled by one, and you can save her. So Harry just essentially murders all these people instead of, like, seeking out more of that Glottis. But he didn't know. He didn't know. It's been a bit since I've saved. I might need to do that. I don't know if there are any cheap deaths in this one. I know in one of the Silent Hills I was running and I accidentally fell into a pit and died, and I didn't think that was possible. I thought there were like walls preventing that, but no, in one of the games it's possible. It might have been Homecoming. Brown, brown. Here's all the pill bottles you can see strewn about here. There's like this little subplot in this game about White Claudia, which is like a street drug that Kaufman, which is a doctor in the hospital, is peddling. And it's all over the place. And Lisa's addicted to it, and they kind of dropped the White Claudia drug plot in the later games, but one of the characters became known as Claudia Wolf, so I guess that's a callback? I'm not sure. I'll have to look deeper into my Silent Hill lore. This is one of my favorite looking like renders in the entire game. I just love this design. This is kind of a proto-patient demon design because they look like that. I don't know. I think I need the card to get in there. Yeah. I need to get the picture of this door to stick in the slot. Just a little tour. You made a music album? Well, shit. I gotta hear that. Is it all trip-hoppy like Akira Yamaoka likes to do? He went... I think this one is more of like a standard horror soundtrack, the first one, with the exception of like the opening theme. And the second one is more trip-hoppy, like Portishead inspired. There's a lot of drum beats and guitar riffs in 2. I like 3 soundtrack the best. It's because I'm a sucker for Mary Elizabeth McGlynn's vocals. I think it all kind of melds well together. Resident Evil 7's pretty forgettable. Man, maybe it's because I beat it 5 or 6 times. I can actually speedrun that game. It's one of the few games I know inside and out. But that's because I thought it was going to be a complete hunk of shit, like, from the get-go. I was not impressed at all by the demo, the playable teaser, or whatever you want to call it. I was not impressed at all, but I was when I played the game. I thought the end result was pretty good, with the exception of the boat level. The boat level was absolutely forgettable. It was one of the most boring third acts of any game I've played in recent memory. The last boss, of course, is a joke. I thought Lucas's section was really good. Like, anything involving the Bakers was really good. And then whenever it started spinning off and to the whole ghost kid shit, I was done. I just wanted it to wrap up by that point. Yeah, Baker family stuff, excellent. Everything else was just okay. VGM, dude, my friend Ryan also did something similar to that. He sampled this, like, some of the voice acting in here is, like, extremely eerie and creepy. Just because, like, I wouldn't say they hired the most talented voice actors for these games, but I think that's what works. I like the unprofessional elements. Like when it sounds like just people off the street, you know? Okay, so I got the rubber ball. I need to make my way upstairs. And I think that involves the bathrooms. It's been a little bit. I am rusty at this game, no pun intended. Okay, so that's where I got the ball. Okay, so don't need to go to the courtyard. I think I need to go near the infirmary. We'll check this hallway real quick before I head down there. I'll have to listen to those, VGM dude. You love Cybil? I think she's pretty cool. I wish she would have appeared later on in a Silent Hill game, but I think she quit the force. I'm sure she just, like, gave up. But, I'm not sure which ending is canon. I think it's the one where they find the baby, obviously. So, like, one of the good endings. So, Cybil may or may not be dead, and Harry may be raising a baby on his own. I mean, he did never hook up with Cybil. As far as I know. Here we go. We got a little health drink. Narkill, yeah, I gotta get to the stairs first. So I guess I can go through that doorway behind me. Yeah. Yeah, I gotta stop up that drain and... that's where I'm headed. Let's see if there's a shortcut up that way. I'm looking at the map and I don't see... Do I have to go up and around? We can try. Just double checking. Okay. I bet there's a key I'm missing. Okay, it says... Okay. It's a dream that Cheryl know. Da 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 da. Oh, okay. So one thing you'll notice, continue walking, there's another hole. Okay. So I've got to find the phone. Okay. Oh. Oh. I needed to get that card from the table. There's one that... I know exactly what I need to do now. Okay. At least one of the... Is it on this table? Is it on a chair? Where the hell's that key? It says, okay, leave the room, there'll be 2 demon children. Head up to the room known as the hall. Look at the map. Okay, you must exit the hall to the right. Long hallway. Now you can unlock double doors that you just came from. Da, 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 da. There should be a table with a card picture key on it. Okay. So the hall is probably... Oh, okay, so it's in the adjacent room. Gotcha. I don't know if Konami will ever come to their senses. That's wishful thinking. I mean, Bomberan's still kicking, so... Who knows, dude. Metal Gear Survive. I don't think I have the card yet, though. I need the card to get in the reception. Oh, I do have the... Okay, well... Then I need to go to the reception. I thought I didn't have the card. I guess I was too busy talking to you guys and... wasn't paying attention. My bad. My bad, my bad. Yeah, it's there. And I need to stick it in the slot. Okay, I got it from here. I got it from here. That was weird. Okay, so upright courtyard. I really identified with the scene from the first movie where she's memorizing the map and figuring out where to run, because that's exactly how I play Silent Hill. I'm just like, I'm at a loss most times because I'm very bad at directions. I would die without a GPS. How did I end up back here? Oh my god. Oh shit. Go on back, Harry. We're almost there. Oh, it's just right through here. Infirmary, and then this one should be the reception. And we put the key in. There we go. Okay. I think this is the one with the bathrooms that teleport you to different places. Oh yes, I'll need that shotgun for the lizard fight. Yeah, Bucci. Yeah, that's kind of my experience overall with survival horrors, but I'm fine with that. That's part of the game. Yeah, I think this is the teleporting bathroom. It is the teleporting bathroom. Yeah, if they don't make it easy on you on this one. Some mind-bending shit. Book of Memories, I wouldn't recommend it. It's not a terrible game. It's just completely bland. It's just a Diablo clone. With, like, Silent Hill, like, painted over it, basically. It really has nothing original to contribute. But if you're looking for, like, a Diablo game on the Vita, I guess it's pretty good if you want that. I do own a copy of it. I bought it for $7 just to see what the big fuss was about, and then yeah, it wasn't. I mean, it wasn't anything terrible. It was just average. Cheryl?
Daddy, help me. Daddy, where are you?
Cheryl!
Where is she? They used that sample on Silent Hill 3 for the CRT and the shopping mall. Unlock that shortcut. Let's go up to the rooftop. Yeah, there is a character creator in Book of Memories. It's kind of cool, I guess. You can get James and Heather from Silent Hill 2 and 3. So, like, but it's obviously not really them. It was Western versions of them. That's probably the only cool thing is piggybacking off the originals. But the original stuff they have is just not impressive at all. Come on. Oh, I've got to turn the valve, then push the ball in, I think. The shotgun's one of the most useful weapons in the game. Nothing special, huh? It fits perfectly. I like the raindrop effects on top of the roof. They looked really cool. I'm gonna get the shotgun, Felipe. Don't you worry. I'm not gonna head to the boiler room without it. The ball is like 3 times the size it was. It just grew. Okay. I just love the rooftop. There's like another good rooftop in this game. It's where you fight the giant moth. Which is kind of an out-of-place battle, but whatever. VGM2, of course I've played it. It's made by Jasper Byrne, the creator of Lone Survivor. I really do like Soundless Mountain. I would have liked to see him finish it, but obviously that's too much of a task, and obviously, like, Konami would do something. They would probably give him a DCIM or DCMA. Oops! I didn't mean to hop back into him. I think Silent Hill doesn't get enough credit for having a protagonist that can move and shoot at the same time. It took Resident Evil, I think, up until Resident Evil 5 before they did that. I know you could move and shoot in Resident Evil Outbreak, but that game gets 0 credit. Even though I love that game. Oh, was it Resident Evil 6? Damn. I'm surprised it took him that long. That was one of the most requested features out of any game I could think of. Alright, I'll go down the stairs. I'll go get the shotgun. Because I do need it. It's mandatory for the lizard fight. The lizard can kill you in one hit if he gets his jowls around you, so I just like to kill him as quickly as I can. I've had that happen to me. What? Oh, okay. I did unlock that. Oh yeah, I love the fan room. They've got a pretty cool fan room in Silent Hill 3. Amazing set design, for sure. Hey, David Alvarez. I got a viewer from Mexico. I gotta say, man. Latin America, Spain, Brazil, Mexico, Puerto Rico, Portugal. We're all in here, and I'm happy for that. Argentina. We are all in here. I guess I always pass up the shotgun and have to backtrack because I go through the teleporting door. I'm not sure why they gave that one special attention, because Harry encountered this same Jesus Christ pose corpse several times throughout. Leonard Rhine, the monster lurks. I think they retconned Leonard Rind and they named him Leonard Wolf. Like Leonard is in Silent Hill 3 and he's one of the bosses. He's Claudia's father. But who knows? Who knows? I do gotta get the key now. I forget where that's at. There's like a... There's a spot, I think there's one of these rooms that's connected to the drain, and I've gotta get it. Cockroaches. Oh yeah, this is the phone room, so I've gotta be pretty close. I'm wearing my Retro Game Players hat. Go check out Retro Game Players if you haven't. He's my friend Marcus. He runs his channel that covers retro games, arcade building, and everything. He's a really nice guy. I don't recommend many channels, but I'm definitely gonna pimp Marcus's. I do enjoy his channel. He's a nice dude. Is Fatal Frame a good horror game? Well, why don't you check out my review on my channel? I'll just tell you, fuck it. It's good. I love it. I love the Fatal Frame series. It is definitely one of the last great ones out there. Now, I never played the Wii U one. There is a Wii U Fatal Frame 5, I believe. I haven't played that yet. But I've played 1 through 3, and I've played the remake of 2. And I've enjoyed, like, 1 through 3, solid games. 2, I think, might be my favorite. 4, I haven't played, which was Japanese exclusive, made by Grasshopper Manufacturer. And 5, I've yet to play because they never released it physically over here, only digitally. I'm going to do a safety save. Alright, so what room does the key fall in? The key falls in... Red valve. Once you do this, Harry will turn this. Head back to the courtyard to get back to the courtyard. Oh, it's in the courtyard. Okay. Cool. I think this is the courtyard. Wrong. Have I played Outlast? Yeah, it's not my kind of game, Crazy Legs. I don't like games like Outlast or Amnesia. I like the ability to fight back. Even if the character's like really a terrible fighter, I just like to have that option if it's there. Okay. I got the classroom key. And that is probably upstairs. One from the Philippines. Well, welcome. Glad you're all here. Some of my favorite movies were made in the Philippines. Lucio Fulci's Zombie 3 was made there. If you've never seen Lucio Fulci's Zombie 3, definitely see it. It's a hilariously bad movie, but I like it. Okay. We're gonna check all the doors for fun. It's locked. It's locked. All right, so is it? It can't be that classroom. That one's locked. I'll have to do the bathroom teleport, it seems. Unless these classrooms connect, which I don't think they do. Okay, I'm wrong. They do connect. Okay. Okay, then. Some shotgun shells. Yeah, that piece of furniture, it leads me to the lizard. I'm trying to think, when was the last time I beat this? I think I was first year of college, so it's been a little bit. I think the part I remember the most is the last part, Lakeside. Or Nowhere, as they call that last segment of the game. I love this callback here. So, you open the cat locker, and then the jump scare happens right afterwards. So, if you've never seen it, here we go. Nothing inside. Take a few steps. Library reserve key. A body slumped over. Thanks, Harry. No other thoughts or feelings about it. Just a body. Okay, so I need to turn around, do a 180, go all... Actually, I've got to cut through this classroom because the library reserve's on the other side. Okay. No thanks. I'll just leave you guys. When are me and Thor gonna do a collab video? Let's see. We've talked about it. Really just depends on our schedules. And, like, I want to do it right, because every collab video that I've done, I'm the shittiest part of the video. Like, I'm better creating on my own content, so, like, if I do something shitty, it's usually intentional. But I feel extremely guilty, like, if I'm shitty on someone else's channel. So, yeah, like, I think I'll have him on my channel, because I think it's better, like, whenever somebody else contributes. When I have control of the editing, I think everything goes fine. I don't know. I just feel weird. Like, I don't want to mess up anyone's channel or do anything that would piss off their audience. But yeah, if I do have Thor on... It might be something Grasshopper related because we both share a love for Suda51. Sometime in the near future, probably. I'll see what he's up to. I'll talk to him about it. So this fairy tale just gives me a tip for the boss fight. Just saying, like, whenever the lizard opens his mouth, that's when you're supposed to fire at it. I don't know if you can kill him. I think he takes less damage. I'm not exactly sure how it's calculated. if he's like entirely invulnerable until his mouth's open, but we're gonna find out here soon. Alright, so taking a look here, I think I just gotta go all the way down to the boiler room. I think there's one more shotgun box that I can pick up. Some health. By the way, I haven't checked my health in like a half hour. It's a good thing I just did. You could listen to us talk about Killer 7. I've got a lot to say about Killer 7. I actually did live stream. I played through the entire game for the first time a year ago or so. I played it on a Dolphin emulator. I did not like Killer 7 the first time I played it, and that was back when it first released. I was like, yeah, this is a little too weird for me, and I just didn't understand it. And then later on, I grew an appreciation for Grasshopper and their games, and I went back and I played through it, and I really liked it. It's like now my favorite Grasshopper game, so funny how that works. I'm sweating. I'm going to take off this hat here soon. I usually don't wear hats. But I'm doing it for my boy Marcus. There's the shotgun boxes. I knew they were around here somewhere. They really load you up on easy mode. This boss fight's pretty easy. You just kind of circle strafe them, I think. Yeah, so I think it's 3 and then 2? Or 2 and 3. We'll figure it out. I'm going to turn it right once. Hey, Techno Killer Pro. I love this game too. And we'll turn it one more time. And we'll turn it again. Oh, so close. Okay, so we'll turn it left once, and then I'll turn it on the other one. I was going to try and just do this organically without looking it up. I'll turn it right. No. Do I have PT, VGM? Yeah, I still have it. It's connected to my PlayStation account, so I guess I'll have it forever, but I've heard horror stories of people not being able to download it again. When I got my PS4 Pro, I transferred it over, and I did a complete hard drive transfer just so I could make sure I had PT. And I still occasionally play it. I do enjoy it. I wish I could have seen the game completed, but I think we all do. Okay. We're going to turn this one right. We'll turn it left. So that goes back into the place it was before. So if I turn it left again, Is it the rarest horror game out there? I thought a lot of people downloaded it. Like, it was one of the most downloaded demos of all time, but who knows. Techno Killer Pro, I reviewed Silent Hill Shattered Memories on my channel, so if you do want to go check it out, it's a 30-minute video, but I thought I was pretty thorough in it. So yeah, definitely. Okay, so it says right twice, then left, and then right twice. Oh, okay. The one on the right, examine it, turn it right twice. Okay. So I have to hop between them. Okay. Yeah, there's a review on my channel, Techno Killer Pro. I do like the game, if that's what you're wondering. Oh, there we go. Do I have to do it twice? I think that's it. Yeah, it's open. Okay, I'm going to make sure I have the shotgun. Oh yeah, I beat Shattered Memories like 3 or 4 times. I really enjoy that game. It's good on the Wii, it's good on the PSP, but I've never played it on the PS2. It's very impressive for the PSP, though. Oh boy. Giant lizard. Open up, open up. Okay. Yeah, when he's drooling a bunch, he'll open his mouth, but if he gets you, it's like a one-hit kill, I think. I think, though, I can just blind fire him. I don't think it matters. The camera is not my friend in this one. I think he's one of the weirdest Silent Hill bosses, though. Like, he's only mentioned in that fairy tale, so we can assume... Oh god, no! I did it! I knew it! Well, there's the death. I accidentally did the backwards jump because I thought he would quick turn, but he doesn't quick turn. Okay. Not all is lost. I knew it. Okay. Yeah, it's more of a reimagining. It's not a remake. I love the mechanic, the psychology stuff. I think that's really cool. I think that was a good evolution for Silent Hill. For trying something new. There you go. Yeah, when he opens his mouth, you're just supposed to fire in it, and then he dies. He's not that bad. But you all got to see Harry, the first death in the game. First death. I need to take off this hat. My hair's all... It's whatever, guys. I'm not a fashion model. Not anymore, at least. I was. I actually was one time for my college. It's a long story.
What was that? Who in the hell was that?
I love this part of the game because it unlocks the other part of Silent Hill, and you just have to follow the church bells. Let's see. The phone calls were cool. Yeah, I did like the phone calls. I thought that was interesting. It was a good way to dole out the exposition on what's going on with the citizens of Silent Hill. Narkill, am I going to finish the game? I don't know if I'll finish the game. I'll probably stop when I get hungry. My stomach is usually the determining factor for how my streams go. When I get hungry, I'm just like, sorry guys, gotta go. Yeah, the unlockable weapons in this game are awesome. The katana, the hyper beam. What else? The chainsaw. The chainsaw's annoying, though. Like, you think the chainsaw's going to be awesome, but it just makes a bunch of annoying sounds. I didn't really like the chainsaw in Silent Hill 2 except for one thing. In Silent Hill 2, Harry will do the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, like, Leatherface, like, ah! I thought that was pretty awesome that they included that throwback. I can freely explore the school now because there's no monsters in it. Because there's 3 different phases. There's nighttime school, there's otherworld school, and then there's the morning or the dawn school. And the dawn school is completely safe, but I will leave. I thought Silent Hill 3 had the best unlockables. You can play that game over and over and over again. And they've got, like, increasing difficulties, like Extreme Level X. As you can see, I'm a huge fan of Silent Hill 3. This is a poster I've had since high school. I found it underneath a cabinet. Like, this was something that used to hang in my room in high school. And then, so I guess it fell beneath this cabinet. Not this one, but the one in my other room. And I couldn't find it, and I was so mad because I was like, man, did I throw it away? Because I really like that poster. And then when I was cleaning one day, I moved that cabinet and I found it. And I was like, I've got to hang this up in my streaming room. Got to. It's like really the only Silent Hill memorabilia I have besides when I actually met one of the Silent Hill artists. And that's another story for another day. Okay, so I think the church is Balkan Church, which is on the... How do I get up there? Okay, from Midwich, I need to go all the way back through Levin Street and then down. I mean, I could try that, but let me go to the school bus because I didn't do that the first time. There's really no point to the school bus other than they put I think like a health drink and some, like a save point here. Yeah, there's a couple health drinks. It's just for fun. Just for fun, and there's a little notepad there. Which Silent Hill game is my favorite? Ask Crazy Legs. I love Silent Hill 3. But I like each Silent Hill game. Like, there's not one that I absolutely hate. I think my least favorite might be Downpour. But it's been a while since I've played it, so I bet if I gave it another chance, there might be something in there I like. But yeah, Silent Hill 3 is my favorite, followed by 1. Then 2, then 4, then Shared Memories, then Homecoming, then Origins, then Downpour, then Book of Memories. I'm not going to count the Silent Hill visual novel for the Game Boy Advance. Or the Silent Hill experience. I know there's probably one in there I'm forgetting. But yeah, that's pretty much the sequence. Yeah, I love the beginning of Silent Hill 3. I love the mall. I love that I love Heather. I think she's like one of the best protagonists in the series. I think she's like the coolest out of them all. She calls somebody a bitch. And she calls Claudia a bitch, and then you're like, hell yeah. She's the only one, I think, out of all the Silent Hill protagonists outside of James that has a personality. I think gameplay and story and atmosphere, Silent Hill 3 is the best, but Silent Hill 2, of course, is great. I'll give it credit where it's due. I enjoy it every time I go back to it, but I still think Silent Hill 3 is the funnest to play. And Shared Memories, I think, has the most interesting mechanic out of them all. And I thought, like, if they built upon that, they would definitely had something going for it. But all the Silent Hill fans shit on the Western developers and never had a chance. And it's a shame because if anyone sat down and played Silent Hill Shattered Memory, they would be like, oh, this is actually not bad at all. Like, it's an interesting game for what it's worth. The plank is more useful than the chainsaw. Yeah, because, like, James can do little drive-bys with the plank, so it'll just go... It'll just run by and just hit people. I was always a fan of the pipe in Silent Hill 2. I never really fucked around with the great knife. Like, I thought the great knife was a gimmick weapon. It's kind of cool that you get Pyramid Head's knife, but it's basically useless in the game. I bet there's some crazy dude out there that did a great knife run. The hyper spray is like the weirdest weapon in the game because like it has differing effects depending on your ending. So it was never my favorite because it can actually harm James. I guess my favorite's always been the pipe in Silent Hill 2 or the hunting rifle. Because it gets the job done. Silent Hill 3 had the best weapons overall, like the sexy beam and the lightsaber. Like, you can't go wrong with how silly some of the weapons are. The pipe's pretty good in that one as well. Heather's got her own sword. They let you experiment around with more melee weapons. So it had a nice variety, I think. And then the unlockable costumes, like, I love that part of it. Gave you a reason to go back to it, and nowadays that shit would be DLC, which is sad. Oh yeah, the ghosts. The ghost part of Silent Hill Shattered Memories reminds me a lot of Fatal Frame, and that's why I liked it. And, like, hearing their backstories and their connections with Cheryl. All very good ideas. I thought the ending, like, was extremely impactful. I don't want to spoil it in case you guys want to try out Shattered Memories, but I think your first time through, you'll all pretty much get the same ending, so the ending's very good. It's got a good twist in there. And it didn't just, like, pull another Silent Hill 2. It did its own thing. The Great Knife is a hilarious weapon. I'll give you that. It's funny how that James lugging around that fucking humongous Pyramid Head knife, but practical, it's not. It's not practical at all. It's very difficult to use in situations where your enemies are super fast, but whatever, man, to each their own. I just suck ass with it. I didn't do a lot of combat in Silent Hill 2 anyway. You can run through that game like nobody's business. I think when I was 13 years old, I had a VCR, and I used to tape myself, like, playing the game, and I tried to make my own Silent Hill 2 movie. Because, like, My friends were too scared to play it, but like if I recorded bits of it and like made it into a movie, they'd watch it. So, I did that for them. I was nice enough to do that. Let me see. Is there an item I have in my inventory that's gonna get me there? Oh, the K Gordon key. Duh. That means I need to go back to the school. And that I made this trip for nothing. That's okay. Kay Gordon is in reference to Kim Gordon, which is, I believe she's the guitarist in Sonic Youth. And she also played, I think, for the Pixies at one point. One of my favorite bands. Okay, so I'll go back to 11th Street. Yeah, Techno Killer. The ending is pretty good. Hey, Ferret Gamer. I just finished up the school, and I need to go back to the school because I forgot to unlock something. But that's okay. I'm well on my way there. So yeah, I'm about to go meet up with Dalia and shoot the shit with her. Listen to her gyromancy story. I found out what gyromancy is, by the way, and it's even funnier. Like now that I'm older and I know what gyromancy is. Gyromancy is like a psychic prediction based on dancing. Like she says, like, oh, it was foretold by gyromancy, which means that Dalia was dancing around a circle and somehow predicted Harry's arrival. Don't ask me, but I don't think I've ever met anyone in my life that's practiced gyromancy. Now, I've met some Wiccans, and I like my girlfriend, she knows how to do tarot cards, so like she's practiced in some of those like fortune-telling things before. But gyromancy is like a whole different thing. That's completely fringe. A 2-player hide and seek. Well, Harry would be the worst player because he has to go all over town looking for Cheryl. And Cheryl, I think, is just she's just a projection during most of this game of Alessa. As far as I know, the moment Cheryl gets back to Silent Hill, she like becomes a soul. Okay, so I got the Kim Gordon key. Let's see. Old Silent Hill Southwest block. Oh, okay. Well, I'm on the southwestern side, so I think that unlocks the shortcut so I can go to the church. So let's see where the southwest block is. Alright. The K. Gordon key, so maybe it's in that alleyway. It's been a long time. This is the one that I haven't played in a very long time. I've played Silent Hill Homecoming more recently than this, and that is kind of sad, but this is a great game. I still think it's very spooky, and I think it looks great for its time. Boom! Critical hit. This can't be 11th Street. I was gonna say. I found it! What do you think of Silent Hill The Room The history is one of the best, but the gameplay sucks. I think Silent Hill The Room is great. I don't think... What's his name again? Henry? Henry's his name? Henry is like the most paper-thin, nobody character of all time. Like, he's just completely aloof throughout most of the game. But I love the hauntings. I think the ghost stuff is interesting. Like, I thought Walter was a really cool idea. Like, him thinking that the apartment was his mother. And then, like, the references to Lucio Fulci's The Beyond were really cool. If you've never seen Lucio Fulci's The Beyond, watch it, then go play Silent Hill 4, and you'll see all the, like, connections. It's pretty cool. I think the weapons are pretty cool in that game. The limited inventory space was a little stupid. And I think the only reason they did that was for the backtracking segments. I don't really think the backtracking segments are all that bad. I mean, each Silent Hill game has them. I thought the giant umbilical cords were interesting. Like, I've never seen that in a game, and I thought that was a cool angle. The ghosts were a little annoying, but like, after you know how to deal with them, they're not that bad. I thought graphically it's the best looking one in the series. At least for the old style ones. Yeah, and I thought Walter was really cool. The last boss is nuts. Like, the conditions to completely defeat him before Elaine walks into the machine is nuts. Like, you gotta keep her... The escort stuff is a little dumb. That's because, like, Elaine will... There are some portions in the game where you can't avoid Elaine getting hurt. And the more she gets hurt, the more she gets possessed, which means, like, at the end of the game, she'll walk into this machine that'll kill her, which can prevent you from getting the good ending. Because, like, the last boss, you gotta, like, stab him with all these spears, and it's not easy to get done in a quick amount of time. The room has good music, good graphics, great hauntings. I thought the apartment stuff was great. Just... There's a few little mistakes in there, but it's not the worst game that everyone makes it out to be. There's just some people out there that trash the ever-loving shit out of it, and I thought it had some cool ideas. I like how, like, when you backtrack with Elaine and she's possessed, she can read all that text. So, yeah, it's... gives you a reason, like, it rewards you for going back and going through it. And I know it was kind of a lower budget game. I mean, all the Silent Hill games were fairly low budget, I think with the exception of 2. And I know, it originally wasn't a Silent Hill game. But I'm not mad that it exists. I think it's a very fun game, and I went through it on the Xbox with my friend Mark, who had never played it before, and he was blown away by it. He thought it was really cool, because he was expecting it to be absolutely trash by the way old Silent Hill fans were making it out to be, but it's really not that bad. It's fun and interesting in places, too, so there's that. And I thought some of the characters were really creepy, and how the 21 Sacraments, like how as the game progressed, like more ghosts would appear and they'd be based on some of the people that died. That was a cool idea. And there's a lot of deep lore in Silent Hill 4. Like, you have to search for it, but it's all there. There's Silent Hill, or there's Smash Brothers mods where you can play as Pyramid Head? I didn't know that. I'd have to give that a shot. That'd be kind of cool. I bet Ike players would be good. Ike would be a great Pyramid Head. Henry would probably be somebody like Marth or whatever. Martha Roy. Oh yes, this drawbridge here. There's a really good drawbridge scene in Silent Hill Shattered Memories. They had some good throwbacks to the original Silent Hill in Shattered Memories. They're kind of understated, but they're there if you look for them. Do I need something for this one? Oh yeah, I've got to go to the church first before I can even do this, so I'll get out of here. Hey McBennett, what's up, man? Would you consider Homecoming worth playing as a casual Silent Hill fan? Oh boy. Here's the thing. I bought Silent Hill Homecoming when it first came out. I bought it off of eBay, and I got it for like $45. I knew going in that it wasn't gonna be like the old Silent Hill, so I already like dropped that. I saw the trailers. I knew that they were going for something more like the movie. So if you like the first movie, the Silent Hill, and I do, I think it's pretty good. If you like that, then you'll like Silent Hill Homecoming. And if you've always wanted Silent Hill to have good combat, then you'll like Silent Hill Homecoming. It feels just like a fan game. Like somebody that liked the Silent Hill movie and liked some of the creatures. That's what it feels like. And you know what? There's some decent scares in Silent Hill Homecoming. I'll give it that. And aesthetically, it's a good-looking game. There's some really neat ideas in there. I don't think it's the perfect Silent Hill game. It does have its flaws, like it does bring back Pyramid Head for no reason. But if you look past all that, it's pretty fun. And I will cover it in a future video one day. I've always wanted to cover that one, and kind of maybe I might do an In Defense of Silent Hill Homecoming one of these days. But I'd say give it a shot. It's really cheap. You can pick it up. It's a short game. It's not anything too crazy. So like for a weekend, you could sit down and play through it. It won't piss you off. But just don't go in expecting it to like have the same storyline as, you know, an older Silent Hill. I mean, it kind of does rip off Silent Hill 2 in places. But the monster design is really good. Like, the boss fights are very well done. There's a lot of different endings to get, so if you're not satisfied with one, there's always something else there. It has like a morality system, kind of. Like, it's just like if you want to do the good thing or the bad thing, basically. You choose between the two. Jesus Christ without the nipples. What Dalia is doing in a Catholic church, I have no idea.
Were you ringing that bell?
This is my favorite song in the game.
I've been expecting you. It was foretold by gyromancy.
There it is, gyromancy.
What are you talking about?
I knew you'd come. You want the girl, right?
The girl?
Boom, boom, boom.
You're talking about Cheryl.
I see everything.
You know something? Tell me.
Stay back.
Dalia's full of shit.
Nothing is to be gained from floundering about at random.
She doesn't see everything.
The path.
Otherwise, she wouldn't get killed later on.
Hermit concealed by Flauros.
What? What are you talking about?
Here, the Flauros, a cage of peace. It can break through the walls of darkness and counteract the wrath of the underworld. These will help you. Make haste to the hospital before it's too late.
I always liked
Wait, don't go yet.
Dalia. I thought she was a great character. I wish they would have brought her back in some way, just like, I don't know, through some, as a demon or as a monster or something like that. But in a way they did with Claudia. Like, Claudia's basically Dalia 2.0. But Claudia's even crazier. She just does not give a fuck. Poor Harry, R.I.P. I'm not gonna say anything else. This is one of my favorite songs in the game, though. My friend made a hip-hop beat out of this. I know I have it somewhere. I'd like to play that for you guys sometime, because it's pretty good. He sampled Dalia. Boom, boom. I think I'm a third of the way through the game. I want to say I am now. Well, actually, I'm 1/4 of the way, because there's the hospital, there's the carnival, and then there's nowhere. The dialogue error, when they talk, it looks very strange and glitched. It might be due to the way I've got my settings in my PlayStation 3. I've got it to, like, speed up the loading times and then bump up the resolution. So, yeah. It's just kind of how it is. I didn't want to stretch out the resolution because I've got some people that just hate it when you do that, so it's in its original resolution right now. For better or worse. Okay, headed to the drawbridge. King Fossil, you started watching Twin Peaks Season 3? Or The Return, whatever you want to call it. Yeah, I like it a lot. I know a lot of people who don't like it because they went in expecting more pie and coffee memes and happy-go-lucky Coop, and what they got was Fire Walk With Me. Which I don't mind. It feels like every time I'm watching the new Twin Peaks, it's like short films by David Lynch, and I'm loving it. It's an interesting direction, to say the least. I guess I've kind of learned to tolerate David Lynch over the years, like, never really question what's going on, just accept it. Just appreciate that it's around at all. Hi, Lily Burger. Greetings from North America. Do I want to press it? Nah, let's just end the game. So there is a side quest in here. It's after the hospital. You can run into Dr. Michael Kaufman. And it all has to do with, like, the White Claudia subplot. Maybe I should have a donation incentive, like, should I save Cybil or kill her? I usually save her when I play, though. I think I read somewhere that Akira Yamaoka was heavily inspired by Rammstein and 9 Inch Nails for this soundtrack. And then he went more of like a trip-hop direction in Silent Hill 3. Like, I'd have to look that up. I've read a bunch of interviews with Akira. He got thrown into so many weird positions, like going from a music creator to a producer to a director. Lily, I agree. But I would also say 4's pretty good too. Oh yeah, these monkey men. Oh god, I hate them. They can really mess you up. Was there ever an explanation for these monkey men? If anyone wants to talk about what they symbolize, because I don't think anyone's ever tackled that before. Now he's using dubstep a little. Yeah, he uses dubstep a lot and Let It Die. Which I don't mind. I think it's perfect for that game. I love these little areas. Like, they're pretty much insignificant. There's really no reason for you to be able to go into the police station other than to pick up ammo, but it's just cool that you can kind of check it out and explore. Maybe I should just stick to using my shotgun. Raw material is White Claudia, a plant peculiar to the region. Manufactured here, dealer equals manufacturer. So yeah, you're kind of piecing together. This is part of that White Claudia subplot. Like, they're trying to track down Dr. Kaufman, who's like the main supplier of White Claudia. And all of his nurses and staff are all hooked on it. I thought that was always a little cool story. It's like not the main part of the game, but it's just, it's interesting that it's there. Do you remember Silent Hill Shattered Memories when Harry's on the wheelchair? Yeah, and you had to like go like that. Yeah, that was pretty fun. I thought that was pretty intense too, because you had to make your way past the icy part. Underrated game, that's for sure. Go check out my review of it if you want to know my full thoughts and feelings on Silent Hill Shattered Memories, and you might get a laugh in there too, because there's a skit. There's a skit beforehand. One of the last few YouTubers that still does those things. Oh, you mean, Jasper Kidd? You mean Jasper Byrne, the creator of, Lone Survivor? Yeah, he would be a good replacement. Or did you actually mean some guy named Jasper Kidd? Okay, so I'm headed to Alchemilla. But I was just kind of, exploring the town, because this is a good time to explore it while the light's still out. Over here's the antique shop, which you'll go to later on to find Nowhere. I think you get the antique store key after you complete Alchemilla. Oh, the composer for the Hitman games, okay. Oh yeah, you can call Konami in there. There's also a Contra arcade machine and a Commando arcade machine in there. There's a lot of Konami references in Shattered Memories. Pinar, welcome. Yes, best game ever. I concur. It's pretty damn good. Right now I'm headed to Alchemilla Hospital, but I'm doing some side stuff, just getting extra ammo for fun and taking a look at all the glorious 3D models of the PlayStation 1. There's this little fence that's open back here, but I don't know if it leads somewhere. I think it's just an open fence for fun. It really doesn't. Yeah, it doesn't take you anywhere. I'm adding all the marker spots on my map, so every time you visit one of these abyss points, you'll get a little X on the map. Like Harry will just be like, nope. Which is handy. I'm glad he does that. It's iconic. I've probably got 300 handgun bullets. Let's see. I'm just curious. 200. Okay. Do I like NBA or NFL? Unfortunately, no, I don't, my friend. I have nothing against it, though. The types of sports games I like are just like the weird spin-off ones. Like, I like NBA Jam, NBA Street, Mutant League Football. It's got to have a gimmick for me. Because, like, I'll go outside and I'll play basketball. Or I'll go outside and I'll play football. But, like, I don't like simulation games too much. I like something with a weird gimmick. That's the kind of gamer I am. Wait, I think that might be the Portishead poster. If I can angle it up there. No, I don't think that is. There is a Portishead poster in this game somewhere. I just don't remember where it's at. I think Akira snuck that in there somewhere. Oh, well, that's right. You were probably asking about what we call soccer. My bad, yeah. Yeah, I like to play soccer or football, whatever you want to call it. There's also foosball, which is far different. So in Silent Hill Origins, you actually get to go back to Alchemilla, and they designed it pretty much the same. It looks very faithful. I like that you can hear this tiny little gunshot before you meet Dr. Kaufman. Such an odd introduction, but it makes sense later on when you find out he's a drug dealer, so of course he would have a gun.
Hold it. Stop. Don't shoot.
Shoot first, ask questions later.
Wait. I'm not here to fight. My name is Harry Mason. I'm in town on vacation.
Thank God. Another human being.
Do you work here?
I'm Dr. Michael Kaufman. I work at this hospital.
So maybe
his neck is always weird. Take a look at it.
I really can't say. I was taking a nap in the staff room. When I woke up, it was like this. Everyone seems to have disappeared. And it's snowing out, this time of year. Something's gone seriously wrong. Did you see those monsters? Have you ever seen such aberrations? Ever even heard of such things? You and I both know creatures like that don't exist.
Yeah. Have you seen a little
Yeah.
where I'm looking for my daughter? She's only 7, short, black hair.
She's missing. I'm sorry. But with all those monsters around, I highly doubt that she's... Sorry, I didn't mean to alarm you. Your wife, she's here with you?
She died 4 years ago. Now it's just me and my daughter.
I see. I'm sorry. Well, I'd better be going. I can't just sit around here doing nothing.
So long. Good luck out there.
See ya. We shouldn't stick together or anything. Goodbye. I don't understand why one of the pterodactyls is in here. I always thought it would be more impactful if they, if one of the dead nurses was on the ground. And then, like, Harry could be left to assume if it was a human or a monster. But that's just me. Yeah, this is, you do find that newspaper clipping later on in the game, and it talks about the orphanage fire. How the boiler exploded and stuff. I think I can unlock this. No? You do run into Michael Kaufman in Silent Hill Origins. He's in that game, and he's also in Shared Memories, so... I think he's appeared in more video games than Harry has. Which is a little weird if you think about it. Harry only makes like a brief cameo in like some of the UFO endings. And then he makes a really sad cameo in Silent Hill 3. I still love this game. Basement key. What I need to do is I need to find that bottle so I can get the... I think they call it the epiglottis or the glottis. I think an epiglottis is an organ. My epiglottis is acting up again. No, but I'd like to see that. I'd like to see a prank call Silent Hill. You know what? I think I might have back in the day seen the prank calls, but I don't remember. Okay, so I just got a plastic bottle. If I want to get the good ending in the game, and I do, I have to use that to scoop up some liquid on the ground, which is the glottis, which I'm trying to remember what it does. Like, yeah, here it is. There's an actual explanation. Looks smashed on purpose. But basically, it stops... It's like an anti-demon juice. It's like... It's also a Plan B pill that Heather takes at the end of 3. Silent Hill 1 or Silent Hill 2? I like Silent Hill 1 more than I do 2. I like Silent Hill 2 a lot, but I think just because this one kicked it off, and I think this is a bit of a longer game. I think that Silent Hill 2 didn't push the PS2 to its absolute limits like Silent Hill 1 did. And I've probably played this one more than Silent Hill 2. I don't know. It was the first one I ever played, so I think it has that going for it too, but I mean, they're neck and neck. Silent Hill 2 is very good. I think the reason why I don't like Silent Hill 2 as much as 1 is because Silent Hill 1 has more variety in it. More enemy variety, at least. Oh wait, I need to go back down there. My scariest moment in Silent Hill. That's a good question. All of them have their moments, for sure. Scariest moment... Probably some of the scares in Silent Hill 4. Like walking into the hospital and seeing the giant head, or just some of the weird shit that happened. I don't know. It just bugged me. I thought the ghosts were scarier, honestly, than most of the Silent Hill monsters because they were immortal, which made them a bigger threat in my mind. I know people are gonna hate that I said that Silent Hill 4 is one of the scariest, but yeah, like I thought Walter was terrifying. He just was so fucking creepy. He would come over and just laugh at you, and he'd come out with dual handguns and a chainsaw, and I was like, holy shit. And I think that's because I found Clock Tower to be scarier than Silent Hill. Because, like, all the Clock Tower bad guys, like, they just don't give a fuck, and they're laughing at you and chasing you down and popping out of nowhere. So, yeah, that's probably why I found Silent Hill 4 the scariest. Oh, yeah, the ghost on the ceiling. Yeah, that's a journalist that used to live in that apartment, from what I remember. There's a lot of good scary moments, though. It's not just one. I think the first time that locker thing happened in Silent Hill 1, like where you're in the school and you check one locker and a body falls out of another one, that one's pretty good. And they do that again in Silent Hill 3. Pretty much all the Leonard shit from Silent Hill 3 is spooky. And the happy birthday phone call creeped me out. Here I am just basically admitting how much of a pussy I am. But, like, I mean, after you've played through Silent Hill, like, a couple of times, 3 times, it loses its edge. But... the Robbie the Rabbit stuff. So this is our first in-game glimpse at Alyssa. Or Alessa, whatever you want to call her. I always thought the whole split soul thing was pretty cool. I didn't get it at first. Like, when I played this when I was in elementary school, I was like, I have no idea what's happening, but it's all scary. And then when I grew up, I was like, oh, this is actually a very good plot. It's got a lot going for it. Heather Stalker, though, in Silent Hill 3. The prison in Silent Hill 2, that whole sequence in Silent Hill 2 is some of the scariest stuff there. All the, like, the Pyramid Head rape scene with the mannequin demon, yeah, that also fucked me up when I was in middle school. I was like, should I be watching this? But, yeah. Yeah, the Pyramid Head stuff was pretty creepy. This little thing on their back, it's like a parasite that makes them do all these evil things. So basically, Harry's killing humans that are possessed, which sucks. And then Lisa, she gets... I don't know if Lisa gets possessed by one of those little leeches, or if she just bleeds to death because, like, she's having an overdose or something. Or withdrawal on White Quadia, but she just melts into blood. I think she does turn into one of those nurses, though. Oh, yeah, and the rabbit points at you. Yeah, Techno Killer, that one's a pretty good moment. I just thought it was cool, because Silent Hill 4 played around a lot, and, did things that were just original, that have never been done in another game like it. Kick him right in the slug. I think they do a lot of damage too. Yeah, I'm already in caution. The doctors are even creepier. That's the thing about Alchemilla, it just throws you straight into the other world pretty quickly. There's not as much build-up as there is with the elementary school. Fuck yeah, great game. BioPhoenix, my brother from the great north. Good to see you, friend. It's a great game indeed. Yeah, Lisa's death in this is very sad, and especially the music that plays. Very sad. Yeah, I would say there's little moments about each game that I just enjoy. Doesn't matter which one it is. There's something good in each Silent Hill, except for maybe Book of Memories. Like, that one you can skip entirely. Like, even Downpour has some good moments in there. I'll give it that. It tried out some new things. Oh, I need that blood pack to feed to this tentacle monster. There's a tentacle monster in this game. And there's one in Silent Hill 3, which is probably a callback to this one. Oh yeah, I don't have a map, so this is gonna be fun. Okay, so I've got 2 of the plates right now. I love that. That's the cool thing about Silent Hills, they just drop shit on the ground. I almost jumped there, but instead I chose to laugh like a madman. I think I skipped the map, and it's probably in the reception area. Did I just go in a circle? Whatever. You love the first 3? BioPhoenix, have you played Silent Hill 4? I'm just curious. Downpour's just... I don't know. I can't even say it's, like, good. I won't say it's good. I think it's just average. There's some moments in there, though, that I did enjoy. But I think the story is what's holding it back the most. I think the story was just so lackluster and disappointing that it really brought the whole game down. Like, when you can't really empathize with Murphy at all. I don't know. I thought it was going to be something special by the way Silent Hill Downpour just like opens up with murdering a pedophile in a shower. I thought that was pretty bold. And it just never kept up that momentum at all. And I thought the boogeyman was stupid. Just dumb. It's like, it feels like all the Western games, for the most part, felt like they had to shoehorn in their own Pyramid Head. Like, you don't need one big baddie that follows you around like a nemesis, you know? You don't need that. Hold on a second. I'm still good. Let's reload and then blast him, because I'm getting cornered. There we go. I usually don't do that, but when I'm cornered, you know, they're not fighting fair, so why should I? I got I got 84 shotgun shells? Then fuck it. I'm sticking with this shotgun. No reason not to. I'll be fine. Especially with all these ampules I'm picking up. BioPhoenix, you should play the room. I think you'd really dig it. Yeah, there are no fast enemies in Silent Hill 2, except for the patient demons when they're on the ground. Yeah, these ones will just get up in your business. Have I played Until Dawn, Techno Killer? Yeah, I really love Until Dawn. I think it's underrated. Out of all the new Sony IPs, it's very good. I mean, it doesn't advertise itself as being anything other than an interactive movie, and it does a fucking great job at that. And the actors in it do great performances. Oh, these doctors. They're some of the creepiest. They're groans. Yeah, they scared the shit out of me when I was younger. Yeah, Until Dawn's very good if you haven't played it. It's super cheap, too. Super cheap. It's like watching a good movie. Or at least like a mini-series. And I have a PlayStation VR, and I bought Until Dawn Rush of Blood. It is the best game on the PlayStation VR. Oh, they have the greatest moans there. Yeah, the doctors are the creepiest. Once again, dropping shit on the ground. Thank you, Akira. Thank you, Akira. May I have another? Techno Killer? Yeah, I don't know. I mean, that's debatable. I thought the ending was alright. I especially like some of the delusions of a particular character. I'm not going to spoil it. If you haven't played it, definitely go play it. Oh, wait. I think I remember this part. There's one part in the game where I have to lock something, otherwise a monster will kill me. I sure hope this isn't it. Okay, it's not this, but it is coming up. Have I played Hell Knight? No. BioPhoenix depends on where you hear the complaints. It's actually a very good game. I take my word for it. You'll enjoy it. There's some good stuff in there. It's definitely not the best in the series, but it's a damn fine game. Oh, you made a bad choice at the end? Okay. I think visually, Until Dawn is the best looking game on the PS4. Hands down. Hands down. Thank you, Akira. May I have another? They kind of sound like Resident Evil zombies there. What's my favorite, Brookhaven or Alchemilla? I would say Brookhaven was creepier, and Brookhaven had more interesting puzzle designs. And because you get to go to Brookhaven twice, at least in 2 and 3, you get to go to Alchemilla again in Silent Hill 0, but it's not anything special. Okay, I better switch over to the handgun. I got 68. Yeah, I'll just do that. I thought Brookhaven was creepier, and they really expanded upon it in Silent Hill 3. Yeah, Resident Evil 4, I don't think it's necessarily the best Resident Evil game. I think it's a good action game. I don't think it's scary at all. But it's fun. It's definitely fun to play. I think Remake's my favorite out of the Resident Evil series. I think Remake and then followed by 7, and I know a lot of people would hate me for saying that, but I really did enjoy 7 because I had such low expectations. Hey, he gets his lighter back. I had such low expectations for 7, and I thought it was a nice step in the right direction. Well, if you play through Resident Evil 4 and you unlock the Chicago typewriter and you unlock the suit of armor for Ashley, it just becomes a cakewalk. Okay, so I need one more. BioPhoenix, go watch my review. Maybe you'll decide. I keep saying that, but yeah, I mean, it's true. Survival horror is like my favorite genre. I'd like to go through and review all the Silent Hill games, but I don't know if I could really add that much. I mean, what more can I say? Am I ready for Resident Evil 2 Remake? Yeah, I mean, if they're still gung-ho on making it, I'll give it a shot. I can't tell you if it's going to be any good or not. Okay, I'm getting too close, but that thing can attack you. I need to give him the hemostat. Just give the tentacles more blood. That thing's invulnerable, by the way, so you can't kill it. It's a lot of blood in there. Oh yeah, there is a spoiler break at the very end of that review, so just avoid it and you'll be fine. Okay, so this puzzle, I'm just gonna look up a walkthrough because I don't want to think. I don't want to write down on a piece of paper all my tips. Okay. Head this here. Once you've done that, head back. There is something weird. Mysterious fourth. Okay. Now you will be at the hallway. There's a planar thing. Okay. If you try and get that, it'll do that. So here comes the tricky part. The multi-lock door. Okay. Okay, so I think I have to do Queen first. Then I have to do Turtle. And then, I think I just fucked it up, but we're gonna try it. Hatter. Oh, this Alice in Wonderland. And then the Cheshire Cat. And if not, I know where I messed up. Oh, I got it. Good. Oh, damn. Oh, damn. Okay. Wow, how long have I been streaming? I'm starting to get hungry. I got 13 people in here, though, so welcome if you're new. 3 hours and 10 minutes. Quite the stream. This is me praying for a Silent Hill announcement for E3. This is my good mojo stream. It'll probably never come, but oh well. Here we go. Hell Knight's pretty expensive. I'll try and track down a copy. I'm always looking for, like, if it's one collection that I want to complete in my lifetime, it's getting all the good survival horror games. Trying out the ones I've missed. I've played a lot of them. I have played quite a bit. The disinfecting alcohol. Oh. I was only in Japan and PAL. Have I played Kuon the Grudge? Yeah, I have it. It's on my game shelf over there, but yeah, I have a copy of it. It's made by From Software. But I haven't played Ju-On. I've played Kuon, but not Ju-On. That orgasm. Mine sound like this. Shh. Shh. Or done. Done. I'm just making shit up, okay? It's just followed by me crying alone in a room. Yeah, they all owe when you fill them with bullets. Basement storeroom. Take the elevator down. I got the isopropyl and I got the lighter. I think I have to do the same puzzle that you do in Silent Hill 3. This might be the elevator hallway. Nope, that's the special door. Have I ever regretted buying a certain game? Multiple times. The worst game I ever bought was that I instantly regretted. Now, this doesn't happen a lot, but the one that I remember was Manhunt 2 for the Wii. Absolute censored piece of garbage. And it was the one time I've ever listened to a GameStop employee. This guy was hyping it up. He's like, yeah, man, you get to use the Wiimote to stab people and perform all these crazy executions, and it's got really good stealth. And I didn't really like the first Manhunt, so like I should have been tipped off by that, but I was like desperate for a new Wii game at the time, so I was like, you know what, I'll go out and buy it. And like within the first 10 minutes, I was like, man, I got scammed. This is a piece of garbage. Because all the kills were censored. They like just splash blood on the screen so you can't see anything. So I was like, this is dumb. I'm not living in Australia. I should be able to see all the gruesome kills. I apologize if you live in Australia. One love to my boy Raj out there. So yeah, Manhunt 2 was an utter piece of shit. I wouldn't recommend it to anyone. I don't think the Manhunt games are fun at all. I think it's stealth done wrong. And I tried to give it a chance. I think Manhunt's a game for juggalos, and that's basically all it is. Stealth done wrong, where it's tedious, and there's really no big payoff, and the combat wasn't all that good. I typically don't like too many stealth games in the first place. I think Metal Gear is the only series where I loved it. Like, Tenchu gets a little stealthy in places. I don't know. It was clunky stealth, so it wasn't anything like where you could manipulate the environment to your advantage. It was just cat and mouse and throwing bricks and trying to get their attention. It's been a while since I played Manhunt, so like it might be pretty good, but I hated it the first time I played it, and I especially hated Manhunt 2. Do I like NASCAR or Formula 1 racing? Nope. I like Twisted Metal, though. If I can blow up a car, I like Burnout. If I can smash a car, I like it. Goes to show what kind of person I am. But yeah, if I can destroy a car or destroy a human with a car, then it's cool with me. Yeah. Really, the only stealth game I've enjoyed is Metal Gear. Those are some of Konami's finest. There's also some good Silent Hill references in Metal Gear, and there's Metal Gear references in Silent Hill 3, so I thought that was cool. Little nods to one another. Everyone complains about the tank controls of Resident Evil. Well, if you hate the tank controls of Resident Evil, give Silent Hill a shot, because Silent Hill is actually pretty well done. I think it controls a little bit better than the original Resident Evil. It seems like there's a better range of motion, at least. Okay, so this is where I gotta use the isopropyl. If you guys watch my Silent Hill Shattered Memories review, there's a little nod to this, at least from Silent Hill 3. I did the very same thing Harry's about to do right now. Do I like the Hitman games? No, I don't. Sorry. I don't really like IDOS as a developer in general. I don't like European developers at all. Sorry. I think European developers don't really have their own voice. I think they either piggyback on Japanese developers or American developers. There, I said it. I think all of their shit is corny. Every European developer I've ever played makes cornball shit that has like no grit to it. Kane & Lynch is like one of the worst abortions of a video game ever made. The Getaway is an absolute shame to Great Britain. They should apologize for it. I think Tomb Raider's god-awful. I can't think of one good European developed game. Nightmare Creatures played like shit. I don't think anyone in this stream is about to tell me one good European developer. They always like make those like derby car games or Jeremy McGrath things. No thanks, man. Keep that shit on your side of the border, Europe. Okay, so Rebellion has... I wouldn't call him the best developer in the world. I've played Sniper Elite, and I thought they were just alright. But I think the only reason Never Dead was good was because Shinto was in there adding the good ideas. Rebellion made a good engine. I think Shinto was the one who was the real MVP in that situation. I think Rare is overhyped. I'm not a huge fan of Banjo-Kazooie.
What's this?
Not a huge fan of Donkey Kong 64. My girlfriend would disagree. She really likes Conker's Bad Fur Day.
Looks like someone's been here.
I was just never a big fan of Rare. Donkey Kong Country is probably their best games. I always liked that portrait of Alessa. But if anyone was a good developer, Rare was back when they were still around, at least. The current Rare just makes Kinect games. So this is the bed where Alessa's burned, bloody body spent all those years in pain. Rogue Trooper? I never played that, so maybe that's pretty good. This isn't Heather Mason. Treachery. Yeah, I know. I'm starting out. I'm starting out with the Big Daddy, okay? Big Daddy Harry, who forgot how to fight in Silent Hill 3 and didn't even put up one. Man, in Silent Hill 3, if I were Harry, I'd be sleeping with a shotgun under my pillow at all times. I'd put like wind chimes and bells over every entrance to the house. I'd be paranoid all the time. Harry was like only 50 years old in Silent Hill 3, I think. At least in his late 40s. Welcome, Saint Innocents. Conker was pretty funny for its time, but I was in middle school, so... it was pretty funny for middle school. I'll give it that. My girlfriend's pretty good in the multiplayer, though. And in the player versus player, so... it's probably why I hate it, because I always get my ass handed to me. Oh yeah, this is such a funky weapon. I don't know if I like the hammer or not. I like the axe better than I like the hammer in this game. I'm gonna try to use it. I don't think he can do that, like, multiple swipe. Like, you have to get in on him. Yeah, he can only pivot in a 360 direction. He can't walk with it. But yeah, it does brutal damage. He did... yeah, okay, he can do that. He can do the... it's just the button timing is a little weird. It's like tap, tap. Tap, tap. Tap, tap, tap. There we go. Yeah, it's a triple tap. There we go. What am I playing this on? I'm playing this on my PlayStation 3. This is the copy I downloaded from PSN way back in the day. I'm running it in up-res mode with double buffering. I typically play it on the original systems when I can, even though it's like not in the highest resolution, yada yada yada. Okay, so what do I got in my inventory now? Oh, I got the VHS tape, so now I gotta find that in the exam room. What floor is that on? I think it's on the 3rd floor. I think the axe is a little bit better than the hammer, but I do like the hammer. What do I think of Resident Evil 0? I haven't played it since it first came out. I thought it was interesting. I wish it had item boxes. I thought the Leechmen were pretty creepy, but I don't know. Maybe if they would have made it a full-on co-op game, like with System Link, it would have been one of the greatest Resident Evil games of all time. As a storyline, I really don't like origin stories. Like, I always think origin stories, like, or prequels are usually the worst. Because, like, they try and retrofit in all this shit to make it make sense. I think it should have just been a side story instead of just trying to fit in to the mainline series, but... Like, why isn't Rebecca completely exhausted during the time of Resident Evil 1? Or, like, covered in bruises and stuff like that, or... It doesn't make too much sense. I wish it would have released for the Nintendo 64, though. I wish we would have got that version. Yeah, I'm gonna play some more Melee when I can. Oh, I love the axe in Silent Hill 4. I love how you can charge up weapons in Silent Hill 4. That is one of my favorite things about that game. The combat is a bit better. Okay, so now I need to make my way to the exam room. I think that's on the 1st floor. The great knife. Yeah, if you can charge it up in time. I mean, it is satisfying when you get a kill with a great knife, but good luck. Yeah, I'm surprised Silent Hill, any of them didn't get released on Steam. You would have thought the HD collection would have, but who knows. It's Konami. Don't question it. They're not the best game company anymore. They used to be, though. They used to be one of my favorites. Suikoden, Silent Hill, Metal Gear, Contra. They used to be the kings, man. What happened? What happened? Castlevania. Never Dead. I'm gonna come out and say it. I love Never Dead. I think it was one of their last great original games, and c'est la vie. I didn't know that the pistols would pierce in that game. We'll go up the stairs. When is that shitty Metal Gear Survive supposed to come out? I think it's coming out in 2017. I'll give it a try. I will give it a chance. I don't think it's going to be any good, but I'll give it a chance. Do I like Disneyland? I've never been, so I can't tell you if I do. I like Disney's Adventures in the Magical Kingdom on the NES. If that's anything like Disneyland, then I must like Disneyland. Oh, Homecoming is on Steam. I think that might be the only game. If that counts. But any of the mainline ones, they're not on Steam. Where the fuck is that examination room? I don't have a map, so I'm just playing, going in every door, trying every door. Pre-Iga Castlevania was good. Post-Iga Castlevania was good. What are you talking about? I love... all up until Lords of Shadow. I think Castlevania is pretty good up until Lords of Shadow. Yeah, Survive wouldn't have to do much to be better than Umbrella Chronicles. Or Operation Raccoon City. Yeah, the HD port, I did play it. I don't think it's, like, the worst thing in the world, but it's definitely not as good as the originals. That's for sure. I hate how they recasted Silent Hill 3's voice actors for no reason. That is just shitty of them to do that. But they've been patched and they're playable now. But yeah, there was a point in time where the HD remasters weren't playable. Allie, you're very welcome. I thought this would be a good way to cheer us all up from EA's shitty E3 press conference. This would be a good way to ring in E3 this year, is just by playing some Silent Hill. But as soon as I finish the hospital, I think I'm going to call an end to this stream because I'm starving. I haven't eaten since 2 o'clock, and it's like almost 10 o'clock where I am. So I think my stomach's going to be the deciding factor, as it is always. Trying to find the exam room, but I don't have a map. I think it might be in the basement, actually. Well, let's go check it out. Allie, thank you for subscribing. I do have a Silent Hill review on my channel. A Resident Evil review on my channel. I got a whole bunch of shit, so if you like the stream, maybe you might like my other stuff. You guys feel free to check out my videos, thumb them up, thumb them down, call me a faggot, whatever you want to do today. It's your life. Oh boy. I open up a can of worms that I can't close now. I actually watch every single press conference in E3 every year. Doesn't matter who's giving one. If they're doing a conference, I'll watch it, just because I want to give everyone the benefit of the doubt. There's a lot of doubt, but I just like to check it all out and see all my selections for the coming year. Would I recommend the HD collection? No, I wouldn't recommend it. I'd say go out and buy 2 and 3 and play them on their respective systems. But if you only have a Xbox 360 or PS3, then yeah, you can buy them. Found it. Oh, yeah. Okay, so this is the intro to Lisa Garland. A very underrated waifu. I'm surprised Harry didn't freak out when she hugged him, because up until that point, every single nurse has been trying to stab him with a knife.
Finally, someone else who's okay.
She's my drug foo.
Who are you?
My name's Lisa Garland. What's yours?
Harry Mason.
Harry, tell me what's happening here. Where is everybody? I must have gotten knocked out. When I came to, everyone was gone. It's awful.
So you don't know anything either. just don't get it. It's like this is all some kind of bad dream.
Yeah, a living nightmare.
Let me ask you, have you seen a little girl around here? Short, black hair, 7 years old?
It's the only description he knows for Cheryl.
What, she's your daughter?
Yes.
A 7-year-old girl. I can't say that I have. I was unconscious all this time. I'm sorry.
That's all right. Do you know anything about all that weird stuff in the basement?
No? Why? Is there something down there?
You don't know? Don't you work here?
We're under strict orders never to enter the basement storeroom. So I really don't know.
I like Lisa's voice actress. She's really good.
Well, it's...
Harry's good too. I just like how they don't overplay the roles.
my head.
What's wrong?
It kind of fits in with the very bizarre atmosphere of this
Let me
game.
help you. Harry?
They're not screaming or going nuts like some of the Silent Hill games.
Was I dreaming?
You were too late.
It's you.
Yes, Dalia Gillespie.
You can tell Dalia is evil from the first time you meet her just by the way the voice
Tell me
actress
everything you
plays
know.
her
What's going
role.
on?
Darkness. The town is being devoured by darkness.
It's your fault.
Strength must overcome petty desire, childish sleep talk. I knew this day would come.
It was foretold by
What are
gyromancy.
you talking about? I don't understand a word of this.
Believe the evidence of your eyes. The other church in this town, that is your destination. This is beyond my abilities. Only you can stop it now. Have you not seen the crest marked on the ground all over town?
So that's what I saw in the schoolyard. What does it mean?
It is the mark of Samael. Don't let it be completed.
Hey, wait!
I miss the whole demonology and cult aspects of Silent Hill. I was hoping that in Silent Hills they would kind of return to that. But from the looks of it, it looked like Silent Hills was going to be more of a ghost story. And I don't think they even touched upon the Order or any of the cultish aspects in like Homecoming or Downpour, which is a real shame. Antique shop, yeah, I know where that's at. I want some of that cold drink. Okay, we gotta go out through the reception. We're going through here then. I can't imagine being a voice actor on a Metal Gear game, just being handed like a dictionary, it's worth like a dictionary's thickness script, and like having to read that. I bet they don't get paid enough, that's for sure. David Hayter doesn't get paid enough anymore. Oh, that's sad. Kiefer seemed like he only had like a few pages throughout the entirety of Metal Gear 5. He didn't say a whole lot. Must have been an easy acting gig for him. I think Kiefer did a good job though. I'm not like a diehard David Hayter fanboy. I thought Kiefer did a great job. And that people gave him a lot of shit, even though none of it was his fault. Alright. I'm gonna go to the antique shop and then I'm gonna call an end to this stream, okay? Because I'm hungry. I got some spaghetti and meatballs with my name on it. Would I like Silent Hill in the first person? Like if it ended up becoming what Silent Hills was gonna be? I'd give it a shot. It wouldn't be my first pick. I always thought Silent Hill was a third-person exploration type of deal. But I wouldn't, like, turn my nose up at it and say, no, Silent Hill can never be first person. I kind of hate those people. Not willing to give new things a chance. And I was like that. I was very protective of Silent Hill back after 4. I was like, you know, I'm not sure about all these Western guys, but I'm glad I gave all the games a chance because they all had something unique, I think, to contribute. May not have been as good as the originals, but there's some good ideas here and there. So yeah, I'd give it a shot. Where the hell's the antique shop again? Okay. I can hear this like low-pitched noise and it's like ringing in my ears. And this time it's not my tinnitus. Can anyone else hear that? It's getting louder. Oh, it's getting really loud now. It's getting fainter, so let's go towards it again. I can hear it. That's a police station, so maybe it's across the bridge. You know, I had found this earlier. And the checkpoint's still on Alchemilla, so okay, I'll go there. Oh, it's getting louder now. And now it's gone. Yeah, it's definitely not on this side of the town. That's so weird. I've never noticed that before. Alright, let's head down to Alchemilla and see what's up. Yeah, it's all the way down here. Oh, fuck off. So is it still telling me to go to Alchemilla? That's not right, though. Where's that antique shop? I can barely read. Yeah, that all looks like pixelated blocks to me. Yeah, that doesn't help at all. It just makes things blockier. There's Queen Burger in the south. That's weird. I guess I'm supposed to follow the sound. Shit. I can't hear the sound with all the monsters coming at me, though. I stumbled upon it last time, so I'm sure if I keep going this way, I'll find something. Cover the areas I haven't. So we'll just turn here. Oh, hey, what's this? Oh yeah, this is one of those spots, if I have the UFO gem, that I can encounter the aliens. That's kind of cool. Oh, it's on the top part of the map? Okay. Oh, it's all the way up there. Well, shit. Okay. That would have taken me a little bit to get up there. Yeah, you fight the worm and the moth. Here we go. There we go. Antique shop. Felipe, play Shattered Memories. It's a lot of fun. Don't listen to all the naysayers. Okay. I might continue this stream tomorrow. I was really surprised by the turnout today. That's kind of cool. Of course, I mean, with a game like Silent Hill, I mean, what else could you expect? So, guys, thank you for joining me here. If you like my channel, if you like the stream, check out the rest of it. Go ahead and subscribe. If not, that's fine. I'll see you later. I might stream more of this tomorrow. Depends on what I got going on with the E3. I'm going to watch all the conferences, and then if I have some free time after that, I'll pick it up. I mean, I'm halfway through the game now, so I might as well beat it. Yeah. It was great seeing y'all. Had a good time.